So guys, today's video is going to be on to just stop doing the bad habits. A few years ago, I was obsessed with this girl, and I told all my friends that I was going to ask her out. I kept saying every day that, oh, I'd do it in class, or I'll do it now, or do it here, and I never did it. One day my friend tried to help me by just telling her that I like her. She said she didn't like me back, and you think, oh, well, end of story. But no, I couldn't live with the emotions I was feeling. I was really depressed, I was sad, I was angry, because I was obsessed with this girl. I built a narrative that we were going to be girlfriend and boyfriend and all this, and I fed into addictions like every other teenager who jacks off and eats shit and plays video games. I did the same thing, and this built up in my mind, and I then made poor decisions because of masturbation. I took out all my anger on my friend for no reason. He did nothing wrong, he was just trying to help me, but I couldn't see that. I never really forgave him. It took years later until I finally realized that he did nothing wrong. I was just being stubborn for no reason. I ruined our friendship, our friend group, for no reason. This took after quitting video games, pornography, or masturbation, whatever, junk food, all that stuff. It took me quitting all of that to realize that all the wrongdoings that people have done to me do not matter. I would always create a narrative in my head, and I would pedestalize women as well. And, that girl that I had a crush on, I was obsessed over her. She'd be all I think about. Whereas when I stopped masturbating, I don't think of girls anymore. I just move on with my life. Or when people say something nasty to me, I don't care. I move on. As soon as I stopped doing all the bad habits, my life got better in all aspects. Relationships, businesses, fitness. Because I had focus. I had a strong mindset. I wasn't overthinking every situation that happened. I could approach a girl, no problem. I can talk to people, no problem. And if they say something nasty to me, I don't think about it. I move on. My fitness got better because my testosterone was higher. Oh, Ruben, but I like playing my video games. If you like playing your video games, then be my guest. But you're saying you give up a great life for video games? Really? You gotta realize at some point that video games aren't worth it. There's no gain to them. There's a certain high that you get off of them, but over the course of time, that doesn't matter. Over the course of your life, this video game you bought does not matter. You won't look back at it in a year and say, oh, I'm glad I played that video game, or in 10 years, or in 20 years, because it doesn't matter at all. Another thing is, if you fap or eat shit, you will view women differently. You will view the other sex differently. I don't view women any more differently than I view men, because I don't do any of these things anymore. I view women for what they are. I don't worry about their ass or their whatever. Whereas if you masturbate, you will pedestalize women. You will think they're the greatest thing in the world. You will only want women, 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 women. That'll be all you think about. You'll jack off all night and you'll be fucking playing your video games, thinking about women. Oh, this girl looked at me in school. She must be in love with me. That is how a guy who masturbates thinks. And also, it's just unhealthy to view women for their body. Yeah, it's great if a woman has a good body, but what the fuck does that mean? Oh, she's fuckable. Okay? What does that mean? Now, I said in my argument here that there's nothing wrong with how I view women, because I'm guessing that's what most of you will say, but if you really believe that, and you masturbate, you eat shit and you play video games, then you're probably really fucking bashed up in the head, because you're so naive that you actually believe your shit. Because if you do any of these, no matter who the fuck you are, you do view women this way. You do view anyone, not even just an attractive girl, you will view every woman weirdly if you do any of these habits. There is a problem with how you view women. You view women completely wrong. You sexualize them beyond belief. Now, I understand that it is really hard to give up masturbation. It is really hard to give up junk food. I was fat once, not anymore. I hope I don't look fat. And very hard to give up video games. You know, I've been playing video games. Well, I was playing video games for so long, since I was like, what, 6 years old, 5, 6 years old, maybe even 4 years old, and I'm 15 now. That's a lot of years playing video games. So that habit builds up. Masturbation, probably jacked off for years as well, a few years. That's a habit that gets built up. So I understand that it is hard. It will be hard. You just have to keep going because the benefits, the list just keeps going, and your life will be so good once you've overcome it. I've not fully overcome everything. No one truly does. But the closer you are, the better it gets. The better your life feels, the better everything feels. You know, everything you do feels so much better than if you did these bad habits. Your life so much more productive. So take my advice. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and have a good day, guys.